Good morning, and thank you for waking up with us on this first Sunday of April. I'm Mike Strelo. Here's a look at what's ahead on CBS 58 Sunday morning. Feeling stressed? Michael Schlesinger meditates on relaxation with a Milwaukee health coach. Plus, Sharon Bajenda is with a local dance instructor, proving that we can all still dance together even during these times of safe separation. And later, food for the soul. As we all adjust to our collective isolation, Pauline Lee highlights a Milwaukee restaurant serving up comfort for people in need. Also ahead.
You know, people try to say jazz is dead. It's been around forever. It's never going anywhere. People have the need to enjoy themselves.
A jazz man on a mission ahead in our Sunday morning spotlight. A conversation with Racine native and master jazz bassist Gerald Cannon. His journey from the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music to Juilliard and stages around the world. Plus, how his life in New York City has changed because of coronavirus. But first, in our ongoing commitment to keep you informed on the latest developments in the COVID-19 crisis, we check in with the CBS 58 News studio.
Good morning, Mike. Let's start this morning with a look at the current coronavirus cases locally and across the state. 62 people have died in Wisconsin from the virus. More than half of the deaths have been in Milwaukee County, which reported 34. At least 2,100 people have tested positive. Milwaukee County has the most cases in the state with more than 1,100. So much for the governor's special session to focus on Tuesday's spring primary election. Saturday afternoon, Representative Tyler August gavelled the session in and just seconds later adjourned it until Monday. The session was meant for lawmakers to vote to shift the election to an all mail-in ballot into late May. GOP leaders have rejected that plan. Governor Evers slammed the Republicans' lack of action. He said in a statement, quote, "It's time for every Republican legislator to do their jobs and take a vote on this common sense proposal to extend the election date so everyone can vote safely from home. I urge every Wisconsinite to contact their legislators and demand a vote." Walmart is now limiting the number of shoppers allowed in its stores in an effort to promote social distancing. Customers will be counted, and once the store reaches capacity, customers will be let in a one person in, one person out basis. Target and Meijer have similar policies. In studio, Mark McPherson, CBS 58 News.
Keep rolling and keep safe. That's the message during this pandemic from a roller dance class for exercise and fun. While classes are temporarily suspended, instructors are staying connected by offering Facebook tutorials highlighting at-home roller skating drills. Before social distancing kicked in, Kim Shine hopped on the roll train.
So he does a full one here before you turn again.
There's no judgment in this space. Because balancing on four wheels isn't necessarily easy. Melinda Jimenez has skated on and off her whole life, but she's still learning some new things here.
Well, they taught me like all this new stuff. I've never done any of this before, so anybody can learn it. It's a lot of fun.
In Milwaukee, a class called Roll Train is building a different kind of community.
Switch. Down.
Ellen Fine founded the group about 8 years ago after learning the skill herself and taking a skating trip to San Francisco.
I just decided, like, I wish that everybody could experience what I experienced, and that it wasn't always possible for people to just go out there on their own and try to learn it.
But she also knew learning at a rink with more experienced skaters could be intimidating. So she created smaller classes with a focus on fitness.
I was really intimidated when I first started.
Michael McAfee has skated with Roll Train for more than 2 years.
The most I like about it is I can get exercise and I don't have to really think about it. It's also like a really good brain cleansing. Forget about a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I'm sweating right now, so it's like, yeah, you don't even expect it. You're just having so much fun, and before you know it, you are sweating. Yeah, you'll be sore initially, but you get over that, and then you just, it's a total workout though.
Right now, classes are taught in a quaint spot on Milwaukee's South Side. A sign on the door at 719 South 5th Street leads you downstairs. You'll hear the music from there.
You become kind of addicted to it once you start it.
Terrence Clark is Roll Train's co-creator and Fine's co-teacher. He's been on wheels since he was 16.
We call it the skate bug, you know, because it's a good exercise and it's fun. You know, it's not like going to the gym where you're grunting and working out and you can't wait to leave.
Together, Clark and Fine lead the way for all levels of skaters. Their weekly classes go from beginner, where you'll learn basic movements and balance, to intermediate and advanced. Take it from 12-year-old Jocelyn Maciejewski. After more than a year here, she glides like a pro.
They're just fun to learn from. You get to be in a lot of routines and practices and performances and a lot of parties, and it's just really fun to roller skate and know all these dances.
Private sessions are available, but those students are encouraged to join the group when they're ready.
There will always be someone who was a beginner, because every single person was a beginner except for maybe two, who will come over and go, oh, you know, I used to have trouble with this move. So they get me, they get Terrence, and then they get at least 8 other people who were where they were a while ago.
I've made so many new friends at 51, which I just thought I was done with that. I just knew they were my people, and I went and I found them, and I finally went to take a class by myself.
Aside from fitness and fun, Roll Train is really about the love of skating culture. Fine and Clark say there's definitely a scene in Milwaukee, and it has a lot of room to grow.
It's good, but it's hard because we only have 2 days to skate here, which is Wednesday nights for adult skating, Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. If you go to Chicago, they can skate every single night.
For those here, skating has added a creative outlet to their lives, one that's about forgetting your troubles, opening yourself up to the rink, and gaining family.
Because you can't be thinking about your problems, you can't be thinking about your bills, you can't be thinking about work, because you're on wheels and you got to be thinking about that. So before you know it, you've exercised, you've relaxed your mind, and you're singing in your car.
The gratitude people have after coming out of the shower is, I mean, every time I take a shower now, I think about that.
Going mobile to address the needs of our community's most vulnerable.
I think that sewing is very therapeutic, but when it's just for me, it's a nice, quiet way to kind of turn into myself.
And next, finding ways to help out while staying at home.
At Papa John's, we want you to know that from our 450-degree oven to box to you, it's our policy that your pizza is never touched once it comes out of the oven. And we're taking extra steps like no contact delivery to ensure it.
We're watching the world as we know it change daily. And CBS 58 continues to change and adapt.
We are taking this social distancing thing very, very seriously in an effort to reduce the number of people in our newsroom.
Delivering you crucial information in an uncertain time. We're dedicated to keeping you informed. Dedicated to keeping you safe. Dedicated to you. We're all in this together.
When you need to replace your home's windows and doors, you want a brand you can trust. Designed with high-performance Ultrex fiberglass, Infinity from Marvin is the smart choice for window replacement. Loved by homeowners like you who rated Infinity #1 in J.D. Power's 2019 customer satisfaction study. Only Infinity offers peace of mind that your windows and doors are built for life.
Call Callan. We put the wow in home remodeling.
In nearly 100 years serving the military community, we've seen you go through tough times.
And every time, you've shown us you're much tougher.
Your heart, courage, and commitment has always inspired us.
And now it's no different.
So we're here with financial strength, stability, and experience you can depend on.
And the online tools you need. Because you have always set the highest standard.
And reaching that standard is what we're made for.
Hi everyone, it's Natalie Shepard from CBS 58. We just wanted to reach out and let you know that we're thinking about you. Make sure that you're connecting with people, whether that be a telephone call or social media. And remember, we're all in this together.
Sunday, the Academy of Country Music is bringing everyone together.
Coming to you in a whole new way.
From our house
to your house.
It's an unprecedented concert from home with an unstoppable lineup of artists.
It's still the party of the year, but this year,
it's a house party.
Gayle King hosts Our Country.
It's gonna be a concert like no other. We're gonna play some music because music is medicine.
Sunday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
If you'd like to nominate someone for Natalie's Everyday Heroes, just send me a message. We want to hear about someone doing something great in your life.
Natalie's Everyday Heroes, Wednesday at 10.
A growing number of people are discovering that being safer at home during this pandemic doesn't have to mean being bored at home. Pauline Lee spoke with Claire Koenig of Visit Milwaukee for some ideas on getting out while staying in.
First up, America's Black Holocaust Museum. If you remember, they were closed from 2008, supposed to open this summer. And in the meantime, they put all of their exhibits online. So they have tons of content for you to explore on their website. It's just packed with information. Groman Museum is another really great opportunity to check out some wonderful pieces of art about human labor. They actually worked with Google Arts and Culture to put their masterworks online. So that means Google came into the museum and took thousands and thousands of photos of their works, stitched them together to create these super high resolution images.
Oh.
So you feel like you are face to face with their paintings.
That's awesome.
Harley Museum has galleries of their permanent and some special exhibits, so you get sort of a sampler of what's at the museum. And then super cool, the Jewish Museum actually has a full virtual tour of their special exhibit right now, which this is its North American debut. It's called The Girl in the Diary, and it follows the story of a diary that was found in a Polish ghetto during the Holocaust. And researchers, all women researchers actually, try to track down who owned this diary, what happened to her, where did she end up in life.
I've been wanting to see that, so now I can just see it online, which is kind of interesting.
Now you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of activities to do online as well, not just the museums, right?
Definitely, tons. You can actually check out the zoo's webcams. Of course, those are going all the time. And I will say the turtle webcam is very relaxing to watch. If you need a moment of zen, turn on the turtles. But you can see their penguins, lions, there's one in the tiger lair. So tons of animals to watch there if you need a little nature fix.
I love the animals. I love the webcams. That is such a great idea. Well, Claire, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Totally.
We appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks. Have a good one.
In addition to enjoying virtual experiences from home, a number of people are asking, how can I help? One unexpected source of help has come from a community of enthusiastic hobbyists with a lot of unexpected time on their hands. CBS 58 Sunday Morning executive producer Andrew Levinson shares some of what his family has been able to do while spending time safer at home.
My name is Kelly Levinson. I am an artist in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I am also a historical costumer. My sister and I, for years, we would go to Bastille Days. We both have a love for history. At the beginning, it was costumes that we bought. Over the years, it evolved to costumes that I made. I got a sewing machine, and I had a few skills that my mom taught me, but I started making our own costumes, and it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. And we've been all over the country at historical events, and we really enjoy it.
I made about 60 masks so far. This will make 64.
These are just basic fabric masks that I have made for friends and family to cover medical grade ones, to extend the life of a medical grade mask that a friend would wear in a hospital, a nurse, let's say. If this is something that you really want to do, check and see which facility is closest or what the guidelines are for that particular hospital, clinic, what have you, because every place wants something a little bit different. Well, I had a blog for a long time, and then as time went on, I started Instagram, and my Instagram was where it really all took off. I met a lot of people, I've been to events all over the country, and I have a pretty big following. It's not a huge community, but there's a lot of interest in it. I have an art therapy degree, so I am a huge advocate for you know, expressing yourself or alleviating some mental stress or anguish, grief over this situation into something that you make with your hands, whether it's sewing, drawing, painting, making music. There's so many ways that you can bring yourself out of this situation while still staying at home, which is safest for everyone.
At times like this, it's better than doing nothing at all.
The health coach helping people breathe stress away during these uncertain times.
In my world, we have to make sure that our friends understand that we care.
And next, the Homeless Outreach Program on Wheels, delivering hot showers and more to those in need.
Hey everyone, Colleen here from the CBS 58 Morning News. Boy, we are living in some interesting times, to say the least. We just wanted to remind you, there's still plenty of good happening in our world, in our own community. We're all in this together.
Have a leaky faucet? Call Roman Electric today for the $39.95 spring service call special. And no, we practice social distancing and sanitize each workspace. They're the ones you trust. Roman Electric. Now offering plumbing, heating, and cooling.
I was in excellent hands with Gruber Law Offices. At the end of the whole process, it felt like part of the family.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They are the best law office in the state of Wisconsin.
I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no two people are alike and customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Are you an adult with stage 3 or 4 chronic kidney disease? Then Spalding Clinical needs your help in testing a new investigational drug. Qualified participants could earn up to $5,400. To learn more, call 800-597-4507 or visit spaldingpace.com. You can help make the cures of tomorrow a reality.
Advocate Aurora Health is here to help you stay safe and healthy 24/7. If you have questions about COVID-19, visit our online resource guide to get the latest information and use the COVID-19 symptom checker. You can also download the LiveWell app for more tools or call our hotline at 866-4HEALTH. At home, help stop the spread by avoiding unnecessary contact with others and washing hands often. We're in this together.
Have a light that doesn't light? Call Roman Electric today for the $39.95 spring service call special. And know we practice social distancing and sanitize each workspace. They're the ones you trust. Roman Electric. Now offering plumbing, heating, and cooling.
Here's a simple step we can all take to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Clean your hands often. Wash with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If they aren't available, use hand sanitizer. For more information on how to stop the spread, go to cbs58.com. Starting tomorrow, a former convent in Milwaukee will provide temporary shelter for people who are homeless with coronavirus symptoms and those at risk of becoming infected. Before COVID-19 took hold, a Good Samaritan came up with a unique way to serve members of this community's most vulnerable. Natalie Shepard highlights the work of Mr. Bob's Under the Bridge and his army of volunteers.
It's a sound many of us take for granted. The hot water rushing out of a shower.
Each stall has a little bench for their things.
But Jenny Landowski thinks about it a lot.
The gratitude people have after coming out of the shower is, I mean, every time I take a shower now, I think about that.
Once a week, she volunteers with Mr. Bob's Under the Bridge. They bring a 4-stall shower trailer to Tippecanoe Presbyterian Church, a warming center for Milwaukee's homeless.
We have heater and air conditioning from the summers to keep it cool.
The 300-gallon tank of water means there's enough for everyone.
A comb and some wet ones, Kleenex, socks.
And there are also personal care items, underwear, socks, and towels, even scarves and hats for when it gets cold.
You get to know people who are regulars and talk to them and see how they're doing.
Working with Mr. Bob has become a bright spot for Landowski and her daughters.
We have a great relationship with Mr. Bob, and we really think what he's doing is amazing, and to be able to be a part of it just felt like the right things.
In my world, we have to make sure that our friends understand that we care.
Bob Burmeister started Mr. Bob's 12 years ago.
I started out just with a little SUV and stuffed it full and went out under the bridges and in vacant warehouses and wherever I could find homeless people.
It's been a passion since he was a little kid.
We used to walk across the Holton Street Bridge, and there was always, I call them my friends, but homeless people that were down there. I got to know a lot of them. I used to bring them jelly sandwich or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
So it made sense for him to help. Every Saturday, he and his volunteers go to Kosciuszko Park to hand out hygiene products and food.
It's real simple to volunteer for Mr. Bob's because I have two things. Just open up your heart and show some compassion for the day.
They've had the shower trailer since August, and it took a lot of hard work to get. Mr. Bob's spent about a year raising the $41,000 for the custom shower trailer and another $25,000 for the truck to haul it. All worthwhile for Burmeister when he gets the chance to check in on his friends and make sure they're okay.
It's quiet time to talk with them and see how they're doing and understand.
He's a humble servant who just puts everybody else before himself.
Landowski says the work is more important and more inspiring given the challenge we're all facing.
Well, besides nowadays when we have to wear gloves and keep our distance, normally he greets them with a hug and like they're his friends, and that's what's really cool about it.
You want to relax, you want to make your exhale longer than your inhale.
Easing coronavirus anxiety, one breath at a time.
It's time to fix that leaky basement and fix your faulty foundation. Call the pros at Chris Tarwin Contracting. Protect your home with sump pump installation and other basement waterproofing services. Call today at 262-206-7993.
If you've been injured in a car accident during these uncertain times of COVID-19, the attorneys at GLR want to help you. We can hold virtual meetings and use electronic signatures for necessary documents. Hurt in a car? Call GLR. Just dial 7s.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Collector's Call, Season 2.
Wow.
Bigger.
I can honestly say this is a first.
Better.
I have never seen anything like that.
You can find MeTV locally on the following stations.
If you're injured in a serious accident, the insurance company is not your friend. Don't accept a low-ball offer. Make the call to a fighter, a winner, a serious law firm with the knowledge and experience to know what your case is really worth, and the resources to go after every dollar you deserve. To win your case, you may have only one opportunity for justice. Call Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business.
It's time to fix that leaky basement and fix your faulty foundation. Call the pros at Chris Tarwin Contracting. We're your best bet to fix all structural issues, including bowed foundation walls. Call today at 262-206-7993.
How bad is Daniel Kelly's track record on fighting corruption? Real bad. He's voted against rules that would help stop corruption in Wisconsin and repeatedly refused to recuse himself from cases where he has a major conflict of interest. We need an independent Supreme Court justice. That's Judge Jill Karofsky. She stood up for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence, and she's been honored for it. She's not beholden to any extreme agenda. Jill Karofsky for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
We're watching the world as we know it change daily. And CBS 58 continues to change and adapt.
We are taking this social distancing thing very, very seriously in an effort to reduce the number of people in our newsroom.
Delivering you crucial information in an uncertain time. We're dedicated to keeping you informed. Dedicated to keeping you safe. Dedicated to you. We're all in this together.
Coming up a little bit later, our popular Moment in Wisconsin segment. There's nothing like the sound and beauty of nature to ease our minds in times like this. But before we get to that, some advice about reducing stress through relaxation techniques from a fitness and health coach who understands the value of mindfulness for all. Here's Michael Schlesinger.
Breathe in, breathe out.
When you think about it, these few commands are really the sustenance of life. It's also the basis for what health coach Ambrose W.B. teaches.
It's free, it's always with us, and it's the most intimate source we have to our living.
And now our world is a little more confining these days. This trainer with Sky Schools Milwaukee is looking to rid our lives of tension, literally and virtually. He's doing so through social media, like his Facebook Live classes.
My background is in personal training. I love one-on-one. I love it in person. At times like this, it's better than doing nothing at all. And the power of the group coming online can also be better than personal training or be better than in person, because you start seeing there's 20 people, 50 people, 1,000 people listening to what I'm listening to at the same time. Something about that is very, very charging. So that's a new space for me to be in. But I do think that this online space, these virtual classes, are going to be more powerful than we probably can even expect.
I asked this teacher what's the best kind of breath we can take when panic and anxiety take over the mind and body.
You want to relax. You want to make your exhale longer than your inhale. So I would say if you're having that moment, I would do what's called a straw breath. Looks like this. So for that technique, I would use your lips.
And what are you thinking about when you're doing that?
The sound of my breathing.
For greater focus, he offers up alternate nostril breathing.
It starts with having your forefinger, middle finger, in the middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows. What you want to do is put your thumb on your right nostril and breathe out through your left. Breathe in through your left. Then close your left and breathe out through your right. Back in through your right. Close your right and out through your left.
Just as important as your breath is the act of meditating, according to Ambrose. Think of it as getting out of your head. He teaches two types.
You can use cars going by outside your house. You can use birds chirping. This happens to be a chime that I use to start my practice. And you put your attention on the sound.
And then there's the visual.
So if you were to watch this jar over time, about 90 seconds, the average length of any motion actually, without being charged up, is about 90 seconds. You'll see this jar start to get clearer and clearer and clearer, and you start to get calmer and calmer and calmer.
Ambrose offers several different classes a day. He realizes his mission helps others, but also keeps him grounded at the same time.
I close my eyes and I imagine a bright light in my solar plexus, and I imagine that light getting really big, and it's warm, and it's bright, and it's light, covering my whole body, and it goes to this entire apartment, then Milwaukee, then the country. So it can get very expansive, but the idea is that sometimes we forget how big the world is, and visualizing you're a part of that big world makes you feel a bit more focused and at peace.
And in the end, according to him, this is all that really matters anyway.
So that's today's practice. It's called straw breathing. I'll put some links and some information here in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace.
Ready to rock? I'm ready to rock. You guys ready to rock? Here we go. Triple step.
Still ahead, enjoying a night of dancing without going out. But first,
there's a difference between ego and confidence. But you need a little bit of both.
in tune with a master musician giving back to his alma mater and help future generations find their groove.
Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Rebecca Schultz. I just want to say I miss all of you. We've had to spend a lot of time apart lately. We've also had to adapt to a lot of changes quickly. Know that brighter days are ahead, and keep in mind, we're all in this together.
I have not been over since your remodel.
We're in the market for windows. Who did you call?
We called Callan. They recommended the Infinity fiberglass replacement windows from Marvin. They're not only beautiful and strong, they're very easy to open and close.
Wow! And the whole process was so easy. I'm going to call Callan today.
Replacing windows since 1986. Call Callan.
We put the wow in home remodeling.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Celebrities and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. And I took the Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge, and I'm not joking. It works.
I'm Neela. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to take care of yourself. Plexiderm, seriously, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Your health is your most important asset. Following health measures set by the government and the CDC is crucial to slowing the spread of coronavirus. To stay informed in this rapidly evolving situation, visit coronavirus.gov or cbs58.com.
You're watching WMLW, the M. The M means Milwaukee.
Hello, Wisconsin. My name is Gerald Cannon. I was born in Racine, Wisconsin. I now live in Manhattan, New York, and Harlem.
As it has for all of us, life has taken a dramatic turn for Gerald Cannon. The jazz bassist and Juilliard school instructor is quarantined in his apartment in New York City, the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic. With performances and classes canceled for the rest of the semester, Cannon is teaching his students remotely.
I have a student that's back home now in Copenhagen, Denmark, students in Denver, Colorado, and California, all over.
Cannon and his Italian-born wife are doing well, and so are his in-laws who live in hard-hit Italy.
God bless. Stay safe.
It was great to catch up with Gerald last week, more than 5 months after we first met during his special homecoming at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music. The multi-talented artist using bass and brush to preserve jazz as an American art form is our Sunday morning spotlight. Jazz bassist Gerald Cannon plays not only with heart and soul.
I'm Gerald Cannon. Thank you very, very much.
He plays with gratitude.
I'm blessed to be able to do this. And I think gratitude has a lot to do with me getting where I'm at.
It's taken him from St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church in Racine as a child to New York's Carnegie Hall, Juilliard School, and stages worldwide.
There's a lot of faces here that I owe big thank yous to.
This multi-talented artist returned to the area recently for a pair of concerts. Joining him on stage was Justin Robinson, the acclaimed alto saxophonist who more than 3 decades ago gave Cannon his first big break at one of New York's music institutions, the Blue Note Jazz Club.
So finally one night I came in and I said, "Come on, man, let me play, I can play." And he said, okay. So I went up and I sat in and I played up so angry till I just about ripped the neck off the bass. I was,
This masterclass at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music was more than a night of music and memories for Gerald Cannon. It was a homecoming. Music Room 5, where it all began?
This is where it all began. This is where, this is like the room. This is where you learn how to play. I learned how to play right here.
Cannon learned from conservatory instructors such as piano teacher and vocal coach Martha Artis, Margaret Hawkins, Milwaukee jazz legends Berkeley Fudge, and Manti Ellis.
Manti Ellis, I remember him standing here telling me, you have to pull the bass. You have to pull the strings. I was like, yeah, but Manti, look, I got blisters. I don't care, pull the strings.
Ellis co-founded the Conservatory's Jazz Studies program with Tony King in the early 1970s.
So much. There he is. That's the guy that taught everybody. It's Tony King.
King's jazz theory class helped Cannon understand the core concepts that are stepping stones to jazz improvisation.
He actually spent a lot of time explaining chord progressions and chords and how they work and you know, which I felt really special.
The Conservatory's Jazz Institute is one of the longest-running jazz education programs in the country.
What I found with Gerald is that he really embodies what a professional musician is all about.
Eric Tillich is the Conservatory's executive director.
When he was here doing his gig and doing his master class, I mean, I just saw the enthusiasm in the crowd and with the students that we teach here. So Gerald is so centered on what the importance of music education is to children. And that's what we're embodying here at the Conservatory.
When I came into school, I had electric bass, and I learned how to play upright here at the school.
Gerald Cannon's musical journey to the Conservatory and then New York, where he's a Juilliard School instructor, toured with Grammy-winning trumpeter Roy Hargrove's band, and performed with dozens of jazz greats, including Elvin Jones, Wynton, and Branford Marsalis, began in his hometown of Racine.
Racine, Wisconsin, at that time, was just like a musical paradise.
Feeding Gerald's appetite for music as a child were his parents.
My father is by far my biggest influence.
Gerald's dad bought him his first electric bass when he was 10 and let him perform with his gospel quartet at churches around Racine and Milwaukee.
And I remember Jermaine Jackson had a Lake Placid blue Fender Jazz, and there was one there. I said, I want the blue one. And so that's the bass I had for years, until I was like 35 years old.
What Cannon still has to this day is the album his mother gave him when he was 13.
She said, I think you would really like this one. It was John Coltrane, Africa Brass. And I put it on, and Jimmy Garrison's bass line. I was like, wow. I immediately went downstairs, grabbed my electric bass, and learned that line.
It really spoke to you, didn't it?
It just blew me away.
7 years later, while studying to become a Phi Ed teacher, but also taking music classes,
Old man time.
Cannon met jazz great Milt Hinton, who was performing at a festival at UW-La Crosse.
He heard me play in La Crosse. I was studying classical double bass at the time. He heard me play, and he's like, you need to go to a conservatory.
Not long after that, Cannon first stepped foot inside the McIntosh Goodrich Mansion along Prospect Avenue in Milwaukee, home to the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music.
I've never been to a music school. Everywhere I walked, there were violins, pianos, basses, guitars, oboes, violas. Just coming from every room, you know, classical singers, opera singers. Everybody was studying music. I was like, wow.
This jazz musician and composer creates with a bass and a brush. Cannon has paired his paintings and music in cities across the country. Not surprisingly, his style is abstract expressionism.
It's the same, like, you know, for basses, we have to create new bass lines every time we come to the top. And it's how I want to express myself through the bass line. It's the same with the brush.
Reaffirming that music-art connection are words from jazz's greatest living pianist, McCoy Tyner, who Cannon has performed with for the past 13 years.
We were playing at the Blue Note in New York, coming down the stairs. I was talking to him, and he said, hey, Gerald. And I said, yeah? He said, they call it art, so let's go paint.
For the ability to paint and play, teach.
He's my teacher. He's the reason I play bass.
And inspire future generations, Gerald Cannon is forever grateful.
To this day, I don't worry about things. I'm just grateful, you know, it's a gift. I'm of service when I play the bass. I'm of service when I paint. I'm trying to be of service to the audience and to the people that view my artwork, you know. Whatever you feel from it, I just want you to feel. Think about it, Rick.
You'll find today's stories and those from previous episodes at cbs58.com/Sunday morning. And please send your story ideas to Sunday morning at cbs58.com.
It was the closest thing to my mother's.
How a local restaurant is shifting its focus during these difficult times to help those who are really struggling.
So the platform was created nearly overnight.
The virtual dance experience getting people off the couch and on their feet.
How bad is Daniel Kelly's track record on fighting corruption? Real bad. He's voted against rules that would help stop corruption in Wisconsin and repeatedly refused to recuse himself from cases where he has a major conflict of interest. We need an independent Supreme Court justice. That's Judge Jill Karofsky. She stood up for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence, and she's been honored for it. She's not beholden to any extreme agenda. Jill Karofsky for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
This is an urgent message from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. There is an emergency food crisis for elderly Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union. These people live on pensions so small they must daily decide between buying bread or firewood to keep warm. For just $25, we'll rush an emergency survival package to help one desperate elderly person for a month. Call right now.
Call 1-800-952-6767.
In Ukraine, there's no support network. They don't have food cards or neighbors that come in to help. They're turning to us because they have nowhere else to turn.
God promises to bless those who bless Israel. May you be blessed as you bless his children.
We here at CBS 58 are teaming up with the Milwaukee Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, and Milwaukee Crime Stoppers to help reduce the spread of coronavirus.
We need everyone to practice social distancing, and we need everyone to follow Governor Tony Evers' Safer at Home order. This pandemic affects all of us.
And to get through this, we have to work together.
We are all at risk, so remember social distancing, and remember, it's safer at home.
It's safer at home.
Believe me, it's safer at home.
Great television can take you away, help you relax, and keep you company. Now, as always, MeTV is a comfortable place and your home for memorable entertainment television. Stay home with me, MeTV.
I want you to stay home
with me.
Makes you feel good, don't it?
Stay safe by staying at home with me. You can see MeTV locally on the following channels.
The Wisconsin Conservatory of Music's Saturday night virtual sing-alongs have people singing out their windows and dancing in their homes and then posting their videos online. It's part of a movement not lost on professional dance studios like Fred Astaire to unite the world during this pandemic. Sharon Bajenda shows us how it has us all moving together.
For Tony Dovolani, dance has always been a means of escape. Dovolani has been dancing since he was 3. He came from the war-stricken province of Kosovo.
Dancing was literally the only escape I had. That's the only time I was allowed to pretty much dream and pretend that I was somewhere else.
When Dovolani came to the U.S., he joined Fred Astaire Dance Studios and did so well he made it on the show Dancing with the Stars.
Melissa and Tony!
Dovolani took home the winning trophy on season 15.
I wanted to entertain people, and what better stage than Dancing with the Stars? Because not only was I able to entertain people, I was able to teach people how to dance.
Today, with millions of Americans under self-quarantine because of the coronavirus, Dovolani hopes to do just that.
Here's a little dance lesson to get you started today.
Dovolani is just one in hundreds of Fred Astaire dance teachers banding together to share the world of dance online for free to the community.
Just like dancing was a great escape for me during the war, this is the time for us to keep our mind busy, to keep our mind creative.
A dance family doesn't have any borders.
Albina Haberly, owner of Fred Astaire Dance Studio in Milwaukee and Brookfield, says she hopes the online dance classes provide a sense of release for people stuck at home. The classes vary from exercise, Roomba, cha-cha, ballroom, and endless possibilities to transform your living room into an energy-filled dance studio for the entire family.
We have professionals that come from various backgrounds. They have different levels of expertise in different fields. And having the ability to come together, brainstorm, put out these videos that are different in nature for different level learners, and kind of being able to share it is amazing.
It's been fun. I've been testing a few of them out. Some of them are more for fun and workout, but at the same time you're doing this workout, you actually are exposed to all the great steps and technique of the dance that we learn at the studio.
Milwaukee students Chris and Paul Rapella are taking advantage of the free lessons. They say it's a great way to relieve stress.
I've always enjoyed dance. I think it's a great way to express creativity, certainly good for physical fitness, but also mental fitness. I really like the challenge of it.
It's a little bit different, a little bit out of the normal comfort zone. And then the aspect of the whole mental challenge of being able to learn routines and steps.
It's low impact exercise. It keeps your body, it keeps your mind, it keeps your health intact.
Dovolani says in a time where phones and technology are a daily focus,
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Dancing allows the body to connect with a beautiful song.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3.
There's a sense of achievement, a sense of connectivity between the soul of that song, your creativity of your mind and the physicality of your body.
We're so consumed by digital communication that oftentimes we don't have an opportunity to just share an emotion. And that's what dancing does so effectively.
Along with the free online lessons to keep spirits up at home, the dance community is also moving in another way. Dance costume designers are getting out their thread and needles for the Fred Astaire Million Mask Movement. They've already donated thousands of masks for healthcare workers.
I just feel terrible about these medical workers, nurses, doctors, and volunteers that are trying so hard to keep this pandemic under control. And this is the best way to try to defeat it.
I hope that we are able to come together as a dance community and help anyone and everyone to deal with these uncertainties.
For more information on the free online dance lessons and the Million Mask Movement, head to CBS58.com.
This week in Wisconsin history, it was April 5th, 1993, when the first sign of a public health crisis appeared in Milwaukee. On that Monday morning, 27 years ago, Milwaukee's Commissioner of Health began receiving calls about a mysterious stomach illness popping up across metro Milwaukee, the first indications of what would turn out to be the largest epidemic of waterborne disease in U.S. history. At the same time, the Milwaukee Water Works began receiving complaints about tap water, some reporting an odd smell. After much testing, the culprit was identified 2 days later on April 7th, a little-known parasite called Cryptosporidium. Within days, the entire city of Milwaukee was under a boil water order and patients flooded into ERs. The crypto outbreak sickened more than 400,000 people in a 5-county area. At least 69 individuals, all with weakened immune systems and most of them suffering from AIDS, lost their lives.
And it was pretty obvious that, to me, that folks were going to start needing good food.
The restaurant turning a negative into a positive.
Hi everybody, this is meteorologist Sam Cuffle with the CBS 58 Weekend News. Just wanted to remind you, you are not alone. We're all going through this and trying to work through this together, so stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of others, and remember, we're all in this together.
The insurance companies know the name
Hupy and Abraham.
They get you the big checks.
Hupy and Abraham got me over $1 million.
$800,000.
$120,000.
All the money I deserved. So much more than I thought I'd get.
Much more.
They really do mean business.
Make the insurance company pay. Tell them you mean business. Call the firm voted best. Hupy and Abraham. 800-800-5678. Right now.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Sunday, the Academy of Country Music is bringing everyone together.
Coming to you in a whole new way.
From our house
to your house.
It's an unprecedented concert from home with an unstoppable lineup of artists.
It's still the party of the year, but this year, it's a house party.
Gil King hosts Our Country.
It's gonna be a concert like no other. We're gonna play some music because music is medicine.
Sunday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Your health is your most important asset. Following health measures set by the government and the CDC is crucial to slowing the spread of coronavirus. To stay informed in this rapidly evolving situation, visit coronavirus.gov or cbs58.com.
Restaurants are struggling during this coronavirus pandemic, some having to shut their doors completely, others scaling back their operations drastically just to survive. But as Pauline Lee shows us, one local eatery is choosing to thrive through the goodness of a free meal.
It'll be nice to look back at this time and realize, like, we did what we thought was right.
At a time when time to ourselves is becoming the temporary norm, finding strength in numbers can be hard.
It's just strange. You know, it's a place that's usually bustling with folks, and today there's only like 6 of us here.
Caitlin Cullen opened the Tandem on Milwaukee's Northwest Side about 3 years ago.
So it's pretty emptied out right now.
It's now one of the many restaurants forced to change their plans because of the coronavirus outbreak.
Well, business stopped last week.
They, like others, tried to stay afloat with just the few customers for carry-out and delivery, but they still had a lot of food left.
So we decided to kind of cook through the stuff we had in the basement and turn it into free meals.
Making free meals for people in need, especially right now.
People just usually line up right out there.
So they prepared 85 meals that first day to give away.
And I thought those would last like a week or so, and they were gone within 3 hours.
Then they made more the next day, and more people showed up.
Today we made 150 meals, and those were all gone in 2 hours. Today we prepared 300.
That was when they realized there was a desperate craving that needed to be satisfied.
To be shipped for people who've been laid off, folks who hadn't prepared to be locked up at home, or hadn't been to the grocery store and were waiting on a paycheck.
So Caitlin and the staff decided to stop the delivery and carryouts and just focus on the community meal pantry they created.
It was pretty obvious that, to me, that folks were going to start needing good food.
This is my second week coming.
People like Lisa Gross from Milwaukee, who's really feeling the hardships of this time in crisis.
So at this time, it's a little harder to go to the meal sites or to find a lot of food pantries because some of them did close. The smothered chicken and rice, my mom is from Louisiana. It was the closest thing to my mother's.
To her, the generosity of a free meal is fuel for the soul.
It's a comfort. You know, in this time, people are full of anxiety and worry. This brings comfort.
Yeah, donations just keep coming in. You know, we were going to do this whether or not donations came in. This was our goal. And so seeing that people support us too. It just feels good.
The Tandem is now working with other area restaurants and restaurant workers who've been laid off and using the donations they're getting to make even more meals.
It's possible that we could at some point do like 500 meals a day.
Because like their name, working in tandem with the community
Get a lot more force.
Creates a movement.
We'll keep going until we can't do it anymore. Until we run out of money or food.
A movement that provides hope in a time of uncertainty.
Everyone stands to lose everything right now. So I think as long as we're doing what feels right, then I'm okay with that.
And now, a moment in Wisconsin. Signs of spring at Sauk Creek Nature Preserve near Port Washington. Next, Jane Pauley is back to host CBS Sunday Morning. Among the stories you'll see is a feature on how comedy legends Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner are helping us weather the coronavirus storm. Thank you for sharing part of your morning with us. I'm Mike Strelo. Please join us again next week for CBS 58 Sunday Morning.
Hey, it's Mike Kirkhoff with the CBS 58 Morning News. A wild time, lots of changes all the time.
We want you to know that you are not alone.
There's still plenty of reasons to laugh.
Stay safe, take care of yourselves,
take care of each other.
We're all in this together.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patent